This is how to make a supernova, and today we're going to make a graveyard. A few weeks ago I was playing Dungeons & Dragons with my friends where I was DM, and the party decided to go to a graveyard to check out a zombie problem. But I didn't have the right terrain for it, so I used a map I found online. But I thought it was very useful to have a piece like this in my collection, because it's not only useful for Dungeons & Dragons, but you can also use it in your other fantasy games like Warhammer, and when you change this design a bit, it's also very useful for your World War II games. So let's go. For the cemetery I'm going to start with this 50 by 50 centimeter piece of foam, and in the middle is going to be some kind of tower, so it's going to be the center point of the cemetery. On all the sides there is going to be an entrance to the cemetery, and there will be walls all over here, and there will be a stairs somewhere around here. These are going to be the pathways between the gate and the centerpiece, and then all the graves are going to be on these 4 spots. Yeah, so something like this is going to be the plan. On all sides I will have an entrance with a small stair, then a pathway to the middle. In the middle I'll have my centerpiece, some kind of a building or a mausoleum, and on all these sides I will have graves with gravestones. I'm also thinking about adding an old tree or something, or some empty graves and stuff like that, but that's some detail work for later. So the next step is to make the foam walls that are going to be on the sides. The foam pieces for the wall are done, but like this it is way too boring. So I also made some pillars I'm going to put here besides the stairs, and I'm also going to move these pieces of wall like 5 millimeters back, so we get this edge. It looks way more interesting, and later we're going to put some details on it. This part of the wall, I thought it would be cool that this part of the wall would be way older, so I'm going to make it gray with some really large blocks of stone, and the pillar and this part of the wall is made out of bricks. I saw this idea somewhere on YouTube. I think it was from Real Trade Hobbies, but the concept is something like this. You make a lot of horizontal stripes, and then you're going to cut some strips, and then glue them like this. So here you can see I did this wall in 1 minute and 20 seconds, something like that. So it's way faster than the pencil method. But to go even faster, I'm going to try to do this with my hot wire foam cutter. All the pillars and the brick strips are ready for gluing, but before I'm going to do that, I'm going to cut out the blocks where the stairs is going to be, because right now it's going to be way easier than when I have some foam glued on. For the stairs, I'm going to use my hot wire foam cutter to make foam slices. And then I'm going to cut off everything I don't need, use some glue and glue the slices back up to make the stairs. To make the paths from the stairs to the center of the building, I used my hobby knife to mark the paths into the foam. Then I divided the path into 3 rows and I started to carve in some tiles. We're going to add this plateau here in the middle so our centerpiece can stand on it, but we're going to make some stairs. And to do that, I'm going to use my hot wire cutter. I'm going to cut some 4mm foam layers, and then from every layer I'm going to cut some 5mm to get the stairs effect, the same I did here. With some foam I already made a lot of headstones, and the next step is to take half a toothpick and stick them in like this. And then we have something like this popsicle, and this way it's way easier to stick it to our graveyard, and the toothpick also gives the whole thing some strength. My friends, I really hope you like this build so far, and if you do, please like and subscribe, because I have a lot more awesome projects I want to share with you. Thanks. Everything is primed black, and right now we can move over to the next phase, painting the stones. You can see 2 types of black. This black is from my foam safe spray paint, and the other black you can see here is from my cheap black crafting paints, and I use them to touch up some parts. So for the gravestones I'm going to use my small makeup brush with some light gray paint, and I'm going to dry brush all of them, and when that is done I'm going back with a lighter gray. I'm also going to do that for the paths and the stairs. For the nature part, I'm starting with a mix of PVA glue and water, and when the whole area was covered I sprinkled a lot of sand on it. I just leave it in there to dry and move over to the other parts, and I left the sand drying overnight, and the next day I tapped off all the loose sand. To get a more aged look, I'm also putting some sand in between the stones and the stairs. And when I was happy with it, I added some soapy water and then some watered down PVA glue. Normally I would advise you to wait until the glue is dry, but I really was in a creative flow and I started with some dark brown wash. I firstly used a pipette, but that was not fast enough, so I quickly changed to my large brush. For the grass I'm applying some glue, but I'm not covering all the sand. And then I took my static grass applicator and I added a nice green grass carpet. And to get that more aged look, I'm screwing up my grass I just put down and I added some more on top of it. And in my bits box I found this hedge I printed a long time and it was just laying around, and I thought it would be a really cool detail to add in. Static grass alone looks very clean, like someone is taking care of the grass. So I'm adding a lot of stuff like sand and turf in different kind of colors for a much more realistic effect. I just sprinkle it around where I think it will look cool, and when I'm happy with it, I'm using my soapy water and watered down glue again to secure it in place. I was looking for some kind of dead tree for the cemetery until I found this amazing free model. You can find links to all the models I printed for this build in the video description. First I gave the whole model a black base coat and used my airbrush for this, but you can also use a normal brush or spray can. And then I added some zenithal highlights. I used my airbrush, but you can do this with some normal brushes when you do some dry brushing with some grey and white paints. But the idea here is to add some highlights on the parts which would catch more lights. So here it's the branches on top, but also the face of the monster and the elbows. When the zenithal highlight was dry, I added some Citadel Wildwood contrast paint, and I really love these speed paints because it can really speed up some boring parts like painting a tree. To make the model even more realistic, I added some small parts of sea foam on the branches on top of it with some super glue, and this really gives the model more volume. For the centerpiece I'm going to use these amazing free models I printed, and also the links are in the video description. The whole building was painted with some dry brushing. I started with some dark paint and I added more light paint into my mix for every new layer. For the stone cube where the statue is standing on, I painted it in exactly the same way as the building. I used my dry brush and different kinds of grey paint. For the statue I chose some Citadel brass scorpion paint and gave the whole model a layer of it. When that was dry I thinned down some Vallejo jade green and applied it like a wash, because the statue will be in a grey building surrounded by grey paths, so some color is very welcome here. friends, thank you for watching. And if you're thinking, well, the graveyard looks very cool, but I don't have a 3D printer to print a mausoleum, I suggest you watch this video where I built one from foam, or maybe this video is more interesting for you. See you next time.